You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Jasmine Knight caught up with Brad Belk to hear about the multiple buildings designed by Austin Allen.
Plus, big changes came to Pittsburgh State football over the weekend. Details coming up.
Okay, there's something I'll have to share with you all because it says chicken teas here on this screen. No chickens in our forecast that I'm aware of, but we are breezy and we're going to eventually clear out. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy.
I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. on this Monday morning. I told one simple story on the KOAM show. Our youngest is playing this free version of Minecraft because I'm not shelling out money for Minecraft. Anyway, he created a bunch of chickens and he named them all things like chicken soup, chicken pasta, chicken salad, chicken nuggets, okay? I was telling that story. Immediately following, everything that came up in the show involved chickens. We were talking about chickens on CBS Mornings. We were talking about chickens in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. There was another story that involved chickens.
So many
I don't know what's going on with the chickens, but something's up.
Something's going on in your world with those chickens.
Apparently so. Well, we have great buildings in the area that were not designed by chickens.
That's true. Responsible for multiple entries in the National Register of Historic Places, architect Austin Allen has designed multiple buildings in the Joplin, Webb City, and Oronogo area. Historian Brad Belk shares Allen's story with attendees as they embark on the Austin Allen building tour. KOAM's Jasmine Knight has more.
Samuel Austin Allen, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1880, quickly became known as the most distinguished architect during Joplin's first 50 years.
Well, these historic structures that he designed are, and which lived way beyond him, are significant because of their nature of what they did in our community. Their style, their architectural style is really fascinating. They're well put together buildings.
Within 14 years, he built many residential 4-room houses for people of moderate means. Most of these residents were modern bungalows featuring overhanging porches and roofs.
I'm going to kickstart this tour off and give them some highlights of Austin Allen's career, but primarily use some sources that where he explains what architecture means to him. And so, you know, it's always good to get that first-person perspective.
Some of the historic sites included on this tour includes the St. Peter's Apostle, the United Hebrew Temple, the Olivia Apartments, and the Newman Brothers Building, which currently stands as Joplin City Hall.
Austin Allen's buildings are significant because many of them are on the National Register of Historic Places. And when you're on that list, that's a very, very small list. And so it's the nation's greatest buildings. And so he fits the bill in that respect.
Allen even built houses for some of Joplin's notable historic figures, such as Tom and Frank Lennon, Adam S. Scott, and the Pitcher family. Some of the buildings on this tour have been converted to serve new purposes, such as the building behind me. What used to be Joplin High School is now Joplin Schools Administration Building. Reporting in Joplin, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
The tour featured 18 sites, 15 in Joplin, 2 in Webb City, and 1 in Oronogo.
Now, 10 of those sites showcase the interior and exterior of the building, while the others only showed the exterior. And I went to the Joplin Schools admin building back when it was Memorial Middle School. And if you ever have an opportunity, if there's ever an option where you can go in and take a look, the auditorium in that school is one of the most ornately designed auditoriums you'll find anywhere. They do not build buildings like that, and even the exterior architecture, and that's just one of his many buildings. Some incredible architecture out there. And so I'm going to be the architect of your forecast.
There you go, Chris.
We're going to build some chickens and chicken coops, and then we're going to see what we can do. Maybe we can catch chickens that way. When we look outside, still a few stray clouds from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Otherwise, skies continuing to clear across the area. Looking great from the MoDOT camera at 20th end range line. Something fell from the ceiling. I don't know what it was. 36 in Joplin right now, 34 in Pittsburgh. So it is chilly, but we're right about where we should be for this time of year. Winds have been gusting at 30, but they are beginning to calm down, and we'll still see occasional gusts upwards of 20 miles an hour out there. Skies again clearing as we head into the afternoon and evening, and then just beyond this last time panel, we do have an opportunity for a stray shower or two out there. Highs today, upper 40s, low 50s. We'll take a look at those shower chances and, of course, the week ahead in your full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks, Chris. The Carl Junction family is displaced after a house fire. It happened just after 6 p.m. Saturday in the 5600 block of County Road 300. The house was severely damaged in the fire. 2 people were inside at the time of the fire. Both made it out uninjured, though officials say pets did not make it out. The Red Cross assisted to help the displaced residents. A cattle hauler overturned Saturday morning in Jasper County. It happened around 4:30 a.m. at the intersection of County Road 130 and Baseline Boulevard. The driver was not injured, and there was around 85 head of cattle on board. They're offloaded onto numerous smaller waiting trailers. A Joplin man is seriously injured after crashing into a median barrier wall on North Main near the Zora exit. This is the second crash there last week. This one happened Thursday afternoon. Authorities say 29-year-old Gregory Garrett was driving south on Main when he hit the barrier. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. On Tuesday, an SUV crashed into the same median barrier before spinning out to the right shoulder. And the Pittsburgh State Gorillas football program announced a change in the head coach. Head coach Brian Wright is leaving the program and has accepted a new job at Northern Arizona University. The past 4 seasons, Coach Wright has led the Gorillas to a 33-8 record. That includes coming off of back-to-back MIA conference championships. Since Wright was hired, the Gorillas also made 2 appearances in the NCAA Division II playoffs. Along with Coach Wright leaving the program, Pitt State announced their new head coach. Former defensive coordinator Tom Anthony became the 16th head coach in program history. Anthony originally came from the Western Illinois area after the 2019 season to join Brian Wright's staff in 2022. Pitt State's defense under Tom Anthony led the MIAA in scoring defense, total defense, and sacks. Coach Anthony took a year off of coaching this past season to pursue a separate profession outside of football, but after it's all said and done, Tom Anthony returns and he is the newest Pitt State head coach. So here's Tom Anthony's first statement as Pitt State head coach. Quote, "I'm thrilled to be moving back to Gorilla Nation to lead this incredible program. Thank you to the administration and leadership for putting their trust in me. And thank you to Coach Wright for giving me my first opportunity here and his entire family who will remain lifelong friends. I'm looking forward to getting back on the field with the players and back into the community." End quote. Up next, whooping cough cases are on the rise in one U.S. city. We'll have the details on how to keep your family safe. And later, volunteers in Florida came together to help a veteran with a winter wonderland home makeover. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Adventure. Your year of imagination.
Ice brick that will be permanently installed at Vida Nova Village, providing homeless individuals with a private living space and the support to succeed.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:10 now on this Monday morning. Taking a look outside from our camera 7th and Range Line. You can see a couple of stray clouds out there, but skies continuing to clear. 36, west-northwest breeze at 10. Early have been gusting upwards of 30, but even as you look at the trees now, it has calmed down a bit. It does make it feel like 28 out there, though, so a chilly start for sure. Winds will still be gusting upwards of 20 as we go through today. 31, Yates Center, Iola. 28, Neodesha and Parsons, so starting to fall a little below normal out there. 34, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Chetopa. 36, Miami, Grove, and some 37s, a string of them. Lamar, Carthage, Neosho, and Anderson, all right along the I-49 corridor. So we talked about the possibility of a stray shower or two later this evening. That won't be until much later this evening. As we head into the afternoon, though, we're going to have skies clearing, and that's going to allow us to warm to near normal, some upper 40s, low 50s out there. Here we are at 5 o'clock, not looking too bad. And then clouds will increase rather quickly after about 7, and then we'll see that opportunity for a stray shower or two. So here we are at 10 o'clock. Again, couple of stray showers out there. By midnight, we see the last of them fizzle out, and will be mostly cloudy after that, but we'll start clearing as we head towards sunrise on Tuesday. As for the rest of our morning, again, mid-30s out there, low 40s by late morning, partly cloudy skies as they continue to clear. Then we'll go clear by this afternoon. Plentiful sunshine, again, upper 40s, low 50s for those highs. Heading into this evening, again, the clouds increase. There's those stray shower chances. They'll wrap up by about midnight, and then we'll go back to about normal into the mid-30s. However, if normal's not good enough for you, take a look at some of these temperatures. Now tomorrow, a little cooler, upper 40s, maybe a few low 50s. The wind is really going to pick up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but so do the temperatures. Mid-50s, low 60s Thursday, mid-60s Friday, cooler by the weekend with rain chances Friday and Saturday. That's a quick check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Caitlin now for Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Pfizer announced Friday it's discontinuing its study of an experimental twice-daily obesity pill. The New York pharmaceutical company made the announcement after finding that patient discontinuation rate hit more than 50% in a mid-stage study. 73% of patients experienced nausea, while 47% dealt with vomiting while taking the drug. Researchers say they did see weight loss of 7 to 11% in adults without type 2 diabetes. Obesity treatment drugs have become a popular trend after companies like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly had successful trials with injectable treatments. Shares of the pharmaceutical company fell after they shared the news. U.S. health officials say one common illness is on the rise while another is leveling off. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says flu cases are increasing. 7 states reported high levels of flu-like illnesses in early November, and a new CDC report from Friday shows that number has increased to 11. But the number of respiratory syncytial virus RSV cases may be leveling off. RSV infections rose sharply recently in some parts of the country, but one CDC official says that the illness should be at its peak in about a week. Whooping cough cases are on the rise in California County. Fox's Jason Sloss has more on the rise and how you can stay protected.
San Diego County is seeing a spike in whooping cough cases. 12 cases in September, jumping to 57 in October.
And it looks like we're on pace to possibly beat that in November. For Rady Children's in particular, we had 9 positive tests just here in the past week, and we do have 1 patient that required hospitalization.
Dr. Edmund Milder, an infectious disease specialist at Rady Children's, says pertussis, also known as whooping cough, is hard to detect at first because it starts out as a regular cold.
As the congestion is fading, the cough is just getting worse and worse and worse, and you're having these long bouts of cough where you feel like you can't catch your breath.
He says that can go on for months. The most at risk are children under 6 months, especially newborns who haven't had a pertussis vaccination. While children typically get the sickest, the elderly and those with chronic conditions are also at risk. Doctors recommend staying up to date on vaccinations.
Kids that show up at kindergarten will have had 5 doses of the vaccine if they stay on schedule. And then at 11 to 12 we get a booster, and then adults are all supposed to have a pertussis booster, and that's what's used usually now for your every 10-year tetanus booster is the Tdap vaccine.
Health officials say a spike in pertussis comes around every 3 to 5 years. Precautions taken during the pandemic helped, and this is the first significant spike for San Diego County since then.
The weather brings us closer together, so we're seeing an increase in all the respiratory illnesses. Flu seems to just be arriving. We're definitely into our RSV season. So the same precautions, hand washing, staying home if you're feeling sick, will help us contain these infections and stop their spread.
Along with the vaccines, antibody treatments are available to help people get through it, help avoid spreading it. The last pertussis death reported in San Diego County was an infant back in 2016.
And that's a look at our top Health Watch stories this morning. Coming up, a Florida Army veteran got a once-in-a-lifetime surprise when she pulled up to her home with her son one evening. We share the story of how a group of volunteers came together to give back to their neighbor.
So you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:18 now on this Monday morning. We're going to take another look at that forecast for you in case you missed it the first go around. We're taking a live look from our camera at the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We've got a few high clouds out there, but they are continuing to clear and will continue to do so as we go through the morning. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range line, looking pretty good out there. However, it is a bit on the chilly side. That is one thing for sure. And not too bad from the KDOT camera on 69 just south of Pittsburgh right now. No cars on the road, but of course there will be a few more later. Our camera 7th and Range line showing some of those clouds here and up here. 36 in Joplin, west-northwest breeze at 10. It was gusting upwards of 30 this morning. It has calmed down because you can see the trees aren't swaying around all crazy. However, we could still see occasional gusts upwards of 20 today. It does feel like 28 though, so it feels pretty cold out there. Out west, at or even slightly below normal for right now. 28 Neodesha Parsons, 31 Yates Center Iola, 34 Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Chetopa, 36s Miami Grove and Jay, and again right along the I-49 corridor, some 37s from Bentonville, Anderson, Neosho, Carthage, and Lamar. Nevada though being the odd man out, sitting at 35. We talked about the evening showers. We'll talk about those one more time for you as we head later into the evening. Clouds will quickly increase across the area as this wave rolls through. Isolated to widely scattered showers possible. Here we are at midnight, and then right after midnight, they begin to break up. Will be cloudy initially overnight, but then the skies will begin to clear as we head towards sunrise on Tuesday. Cold start to the day, partly cloudy, low 40s by late morning, and of course some of us will be clear before late morning as the clouds move on out. Sunny skies this afternoon. Again, highs upper 40s, low 50s, so right about where we should be across the area. There's those shower chances. Here they come. I was a little early. Shower chances out there again this evening before midnight. Lows cold, but where they should be, mid-30s out there. And then again, we'll start to clear towards sunrise tomorrow. We are a little chillier tomorrow. Average highs 47. Some of us could make it into the low 50s, but most of us will be in the upper 40s. Winds really start to pick up. We're talking 25, 30 mile an hour wind gusts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday ahead of this big warm-up. So mid 50s by Wednesday, about where we should be. Low 60s on Thursday. So Thursday, a great day. It's going to be breezy, but a great day otherwise. Then Friday, we're going to make it to the mid-60s, and we got rain chances building in, and those will continue for us into Saturday across the area, and that will also knock our temperatures back down to at or just a pinch below normal heading into the weekend, back in the low 50s and upper 40s. That's a quick check of the forecast. We will be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. I was doing that this morning.
Every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest. Hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Well, Florida Power and Light and the Florida National Guard joined forces to deliver a surprising home makeover to a veteran.
Volunteers from both groups worked to transform a Port Charlotte home into an energy-efficient winter wonderland adorned with thousands of LED lights and solar-powered decor.
In her uniform, Pamela Johnson pulled up to her house turned winter wonderland. Her 5-year-old son, Casey, just as shocked.
My heart is so warm right now. This is incredible.
Florida Power and Light elves worked all day to make this happen. Lights, candy canes, and inflatable Santa, in uniform, of course. A lot of people were nominated in Southwest Florida. FPL says Pamela's name bubbled to the top.
Well, she just really stood out as a superhero that we need to recognize.
Army Staff Sergeant Pamela Johnson is an active member of the Florida National Guard. When she's not working, she's the primary caregiver for her son, Casey, who has faced some medical challenges this year. They also got Casey some gifts. He really likes dinosaurs. And for Pamela, a $1,000 gift card to Home Depot.
I love how special it was for him. I don't quite know what to do yet with the gift card. That's a huge gift.
Liz Byro, Wink News.
Absolutely incredible story.
Totally.
A great way to brighten the holidays for somebody who definitely deserves it.
I agree, Christopher. Very special. All right, well, coming up, residents in Pitcher, Oklahoma community came together to organize a Christmas parade. That story and more coming up.
$1,000 finance cash on some of our favorite 2024 Toyota models. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching the 4 States Most Watched News.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. The time now is 7:28 a.m. Grace Lanes and Christ Community Judo Saturday teamed up for a self-defense fundraiser. The purpose of the fundraiser was to raise money for insurance so the classes can be taught free of charge. Attendees were able to bowl with friends and family while bidding on various Christmas gifts.
So Grace Lanes is amazing enough to allow us to take these 3 hours, and all of the proceeds that go, all of the bowling proceeds come straight back to the club.
Some of the items up for bid included baskets full of tumblers, blankets, and various types of candies. Santa came to Columbus, Kansas yesterday for the CUHS Career and Technical Education Holiday Market. Attendees were able to take pictures with Father Christmas himself by Stacy Crane Photography. Each photo was $15. After meeting Santa, attendees were able to continue their Christmas shopping from more than 25 vendors.
Today there's a little bit of everything from baked goods to fishing poles, Christmas ornaments, home goods, decor, Western gear, all kinds of different things here for everyone and to finish out their shopping lists.
Santa flew in at noon and left around 4 yesterday afternoon. Residents of Carl Junction were able to get outside and enjoy the nice weather yesterday with a Christmas parade. The parade began at 2 yesterday afternoon and featured a performance by Carl Junction seniors and junior high bands, JROTC presenting the colors, and of course Santa Claus.
I appreciate the spirit in Carl Junction that we have, that everybody participates and everybody is willing to come along and listen, and the city of Carl Junction has great community spirit and we love every aspect of the city here.
Area businesses also took place in the parade, such as Redemption Motorsports and Car Buddies. And people in Granby, Missouri got into the Christmas spirit with their furry friends Saturday by taking Christmas pet photos. The event, held at the Granby Police Department, was open to the public and was put on by Bags Paws. The photos were for a donation for the East Newton Animal Coalition.
We are trying to raise a few dollars for medical care, etc., for our pound puppies. We are taking pictures of pets for donations, and then we also have all the pound puppies up here for that are available for adoption.
Those in the area could come and take photos with their pets from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
And we've got ourselves a pretty decent day out there. Winds will be decreasing after gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour this morning. Here's a look, Skywatch Storm Tracker. Bulk of the clouds moving out of the area. A few stray clouds hanging out. None of this, of course, is actually happening, just some bad reflectivity. So we're going to have these partly cloudy skies through the morning, and eventually we're going to just straight up completely clear out. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, as you can see, looking pretty good. We've got those clear skies out there across the area. And as we head through the rest of today, we're going to, again, be clear. It won't be until later this evening that we are going to have an opportunity for some showers across the area. And of course, with the showers across the area, there'll be limited out there for us with those clear skies. And then we'll go mostly cloudy through the overnight hours, and we will eventually make it to mostly clear skies as we head into tomorrow. We do have some considerably warmer temperatures on the way, and we'll talk about all that in your full forecast here in just a few more minutes. And for the city of Pitcher, the annual Christmas parade means more than just candy and parade floats. For them, it's a chance to reunite the community no matter the distance. KOAM's Jasmine Knight has that story.
Even though the city of Pitcher is listed as one of Oklahoma's infamous ghost towns, the community members see Pitcher as home.
We all really did love each other. It really was a big family because Prayer is a small community and you know about everybody there. So this just keeps us tied together.
The annual Christmas parade acts as a reunion. It allows the adults to see their old friends and for the kids to make memories and see their favorite characters in the parade.
I don't know. The Grinch. Everything. The Grinch. Everything. I like everything. I like everything. I like the Grinch.
The parade is sponsored by the All School Reunion Committee. Their goal is to bring everyone home to see the people that makes pictures special.
Everybody already has that bond. We haven't made any bonds, we've retained them.
For Susie, this parade has been a tradition she will cherish forever.
I'm coming home for Christmas. This is Christmas for me. This is Christmas.
And through this Christmas parade, we can see how a small town can make a huge community impact. Reporting in picture, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
This year, Pitcher will celebrate their 9th annual Christmas parade with holly jolly fun for all. That's a look at our top stories this morning. Coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News, more and more shoppers are opting to use layaway. We'll show you what to look for when you buy now and pay later. Plus, we talked about some rain chances this evening. Did you know there's more rain chances down the way? If you didn't, we'll talk about that in your full forecast a little later on the KOAM Morning News. Welcome back. Every month during the school year, First Presbyterian Church and their partners with they partner with different nonprofits in the community to help fundraise for the area. And of course, there's a number of things that they've got coming up, and we're going to discuss it here with Reverend Kira Anderson from First Presbyterian Church and Courtney joining us from CASA as well. Well, do you say it CASA or CASA?
CASA.
CASA, okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought, but all of a sudden, this morning, lack of coffee makes you start to question yourself. So, ladies, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So first, tell us a little bit about these fundraisers, what exactly you all are doing.
We are a church located downtown Joplin, and for years, I've only been there since 2020, they have had these lunches, and they have chosen a different nonprofit locally in the community to just raise extra money and support. And so we do it almost every month during the school year. We're skipping January this year because of weather. We don't like to make a nonprofit feel ignored because no one shows up because it's bad weather. So
right. Absolutely.
We're excited to support CASA this month. In February, we're supporting Solace House, and then the next month we'll be supporting Lafayette House. So it is spaghetti red, spaghetti with meatballs, meatball subs, chili dogs, and it's a suggested donation of $8 plus a whole bunch of desserts and drinks and salads, and it's just a fun way for the community to support the community, we think.
And an excellent selection of items to choose from to get something to snack on. And in terms of CASA, how important is it for you guys to be able to partner with organizations in the area to raise money?
Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. We recruit and train volunteers who want to advocate for kids who are in foster care due to abuse and neglect. They kind of are just the sole person for them. They're kind of their voice in our court system and in our community. They help, with connecting them to resources in the community. They help with their educational needs. They advocate for their emotional well-being, and they're sometimes just a friend. Sometimes they're just hanging out and making chocolate chip cookies in our new CASA house. So
I was going to say, y'all just recently opened the new facility on East 20th Street, a beautiful facility, and Rafa is going to open next to you.
Yes,
so
yes, they'll be right next to us, which will be awesome.
All right, excellent. So for the upcoming fundraiser, where can folks go? What do they need to know?
Great. Come to First Presbyterian Church tomorrow. It's from 11:30 to 1. If you can you can't come and stay, we do pickup orders. You just call in and we'll meet you at the door and we'll give you the food. We take credit cards, we take checks, we take cash. If you want to donate more than $8 towards CASA, we will definitely accept that. Tomorrow, 11:30 to 1, call or come and sit with us and support a great nonprofit. Yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. Of course, for you folks at home, if you missed any of that, don't worry. We're going to have it on our website this morning, KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll be back with another check of your forecast and those rain chances right after this.
Each day, we choose to take your neighbors, your friends. We are Kansas. Health insurance enrollment is open now through January 15th.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 7:41 on this Monday morning. A chilly start, but relatively seasonable out there. Still a few stray clouds here and there on our camera at the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin as the sun continues to rise out there. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline, clear skies overhead, and look at that sunshine starting to beam in on the KDOT camera on 69 just south of Pittsburgh. Our camera 7th and Rangeline, as you can see, fewer and fewer clouds out there. 36 in Joplin, west-northwest breeze at 10. It's settled down a bit this morning. Man, it was really picking up out there, pushing 30 miles an hour with those gusts. Still makes it feel like 28 though. Temperatures around the region: 30 Iola, 32 in Chanute and Fort Scott, 28 Parsons, Neodesha, 35 Miami and Grove, 37 Stockton, Carthage, Monette, Neosho, Anderson, and Bentonville, and 33 up in Nevada. We wanted to talk about rain chances this evening. We had this afternoon. We're actually going to clear out and we're going to be pretty decent. We're going to be cool, but average, upper 40s, low 50s today. And then later tonight, after 8, we're going to start seeing opportunity for a few random showers here and there. And by midnight, the last of those fizzle out, move on out. They'll initially leave us mostly cloudy, and then skies will begin to clear as we head towards sunrise tomorrow. Looking at the rest of the week, because I promised you we'd take a look at that. We're a little cooler tomorrow, most of us getting into the upper 40s, but a few low 50s absolutely possible out there. We're going to be breezy. Winds picking up upwards of 30 mile an hour on those wind gusts tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, ushering in warmer weather. Mid 50s Wednesday, low 60s Thursday, mid 60s Friday, and then we have rain chances Friday and Saturday. Some much needed rain there, and that system doesn't, freeze us by any means, but it kicks our temperatures back down to normal. Upper 40s, low 50s heading into the weekend. In Consumer Watch this morning, Santa's little helpers are getting some extra hands this holiday season, so hopefully everyone gets their gifts on time. Shipping carriers like FedEx, UPS, and the U.S. Postal Service say they are ready to handle this year's peak season after adding various new technologies to their warehouses. New upgrades at various UPS warehouses include new scanners and automated vehicles to help sort and transport packages throughout the facility. New drivers for the carrier are participating in driver simulators to help them prepare for the road ahead. The shipping carrier expects that the new additions will help to improve efficiency by 3 to 5%. And shoppers awaiting their packages from UPS can also expect to receive a picture of it when it has arrived at their doorstep. A surprise shakeup in the airline industry, and this one's an interesting one. Alaska Airlines has announced that it's reached an agreement to buy Hawaiian Airlines for $1.9 billion. Now, Alaska's CEO announced on Sunday the merger will preserve both brands. Hawaiian Airlines began operations 95 years ago. The boards of both companies have agreed on the deal, and it is expected to close in the next 12 to 18 months. The combined organization will be based in Seattle. But Alaska Airlines says it will establish a major hub in Honolulu, and it will provide service to 138 destinations, including nonstop flights to 29 international cities in Asia and Australia. And Americans spent billions of dollars over the Thanksgiving weekend, and that was just on their groceries. No, but seriously. They spent a record amount that was fueled by buy now, pay later purchases. The option to spread payments over interest-free or low-interest installments has appealed to more economy-conscious consumers. But that isn't without pitfalls. Karen Kafa looks at what consumers need to know.
While Americans' Black Friday and Cyber Monday spending hit record levels online, Adobe Analytics found consumers made a record amount of buy now, pay later installment purchases.
You spread out your payments over time, and retailers partner with different services to do that. And that's something that's compelling these days for shoppers because credit card interest rates are super high.
Adobe Analytics said buy now, pay later purchases soared 43% over 1 year ago. Lisa Gill of Consumer Reports says it's important to know the terms of each third-party servicer, including late fees.
Read that little fine print about what you're getting into and make sure that there's no interest fee, there's no loan fee, and that understand what those late fees are all about.
Research from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York found buy now, pay later plans disproportionately used by financially fragile consumers, including those with low credit scores or unmet credit needs. Gill says it's key to stay on top of what's owed, since delinquencies can end up in collections and on a credit report.
It's very easy once you start doing buy now, pay later on one purchase to do it on another, and then on another, and then on another. And we found that the more loans that people had taken out, the more likely they were going to have problems making payments or making payments on time.
And for larger purchases like computers or televisions, using a credit card may give greater protection in the event of a damaged or lost item or an item that needs to be returned. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
That's a look at some of our Consumer Watch stories this morning. We'll be right back with more after this. But first, let's take a look at those market prices before the opening bell.
Turkey, cut the calories and
that local food pantry, and man, just be generous during this time of year where we celebrate grace.
A young writer was surprised with a gift of a lifetime from one low-country nonprofit. Zacchaeus Kennard, an 18-year-old, a graduate of Charleston County High School of the Arts, has written and published a book about his life titled Canopsia. Now, Kennard is a student at the College of Charleston, and he says he's been walking and paying for rideshare services like Lyft and Uber to get around to work and school for the last year and a half. He says he has walked more than 5 miles on multiple occasions to avoid paying for rides to do things as simple as running errands.
I would like to congratulate the young man that's standing right here behind me.
Mr. Zacchaeus Kennard.
Are you kidding me?
We are not kidding you, sir.
Oh my God. I have a lot of scrambled thoughts. It was very unexpected.
Walking and rideshare apps be gone. There's a new driver on Charleston roads. For the last 3 years, Middleton's Village to Village Foundation has provided used vehicles to those who struggle with transportation across South Carolina. Today, the nonprofit's 100th car giveaway went to Zacchaeus Kennard.
He would pay Uber to go to work just to make enough money to get to work, to pay Uber to get home. You can't never get ahead like that. You have to have something to try to get a step up.
A graduate of Charleston County School of the Arts, Kennard has written and published a book about his life titled Canopsia. The 18-year-old C of C student says over the last year and a half, he's walked more than 5 miles multiple times to avoid paying for a ride, and it's been challenging.
I do that and I devote myself to it, but without having a car, it's really tough to do that. This changes a lot. This definitely changes a lot, but it was definitely a struggle.
Kennard couldn't have been more thankful to everyone who played a part in this gift.
I'm very appreciative and very grateful for this.
And the foundation isn't stopping here. Coming up in December is their 12 days of car donations. Reporting in Charleston, Meredith Blair.
All right, so that was an absolutely just incredible story, and we've had a number of stories like that of folks being gifted cars, those who have to walk everywhere. They can't get a car, as you know, things aren't cheap, and cars, regardless of inflation or not, cars are always expensive. Even used cars can be out of reach for some folks, so it's great they were able to help out there. Let's take another quick look at your forecast. This is a live view from the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Those few clouds we saw earlier, I do not see them anymore. And we haven't seen any clouds from the MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline, not for a while. What we have seen is plentiful sunshine out there. And as we take a quick look outside, 36 in Joplin, 33 in Pittsburgh, clear skies. And we're going to continue to clear out as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. Highs today, upper 40s, low 50s, putting us right where we should be. We'll be clear for the first part of our evening, and then just outside of this thing's reach, we do have a few isolated shower chances. We also have some rain chances a little later this week, plus a big warm-up. We're going to talk about all of that and have the news you need to know right after this.
The KOAM Toy Box Tuesday.
Parsons, Kansas native was part of the Army Medical Corps, serving across England, France, Italy, and Africa. We are proud to salute John Sears, a 4-state hero.
All right, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A Carl Junction family is displaced after a house fire and happened just after 6 p.m. Saturday in the 5600 block of County Road 300. The house was severely damaged in the fire. 2 people were inside at the time of the fire. Both made it out uninjured, though officials say pets did not make it out. The Red Cross assisted to help the displaced residents. A cattle hauler overturned Saturday morning in Jasper County. This happened around 4:30 at the intersection of County Road 130 and Baseline Boulevard. The driver was not injured. There was around 85 head of cattle on board. They were offloaded onto numerous smaller trailers that were waiting. And folks in Pittsburgh were invited to join Pittsburgh State University alumni and constituent relations Saturday to take family holiday photos with PSU's Gus the Gorilla. The free event was held at the Wilkinson Alumni Center, and those in attendance were invited to enjoy donuts and beverages, and kids could also participate in holiday crafts. And we've got ourselves a nice day. Skies clear. Upper 40s, low 50s. Winds can still gust up to 20, but not that bad. We're going to stay clear initially this evening, and after 8, clouds build in. A few isolated showers will be possible across the area. It'll be mostly cloudy overnight, clearing towards sunrise. Lows about where they should be into the mid-30s. As we look ahead, a little cooler tomorrow. Most of us upper 40s, some lower 50s. Winds pick up 25, 30 miles an hour the next few days, ushering in low to mid 60s by Thursday and Friday. We have rain chances Friday and Saturday, and we'll go back to normal Saturday and Sunday, back into the upper 40s and low 50s. Well, residents in Virginia got an early sighting of Santa over the weekend. Santa flew around Hampton Roads in a Navy helicopter on Saturday. Naval Station Norfolk's HSC-2 Fleet Angel Squadron flew Santa Claus around for its 4th Santa flight. Santa visited several communities in the region. The Santa flight began in 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, I think that might be a much more efficient way for Santa to deliver presents, is maybe through helicopter or perhaps a Navy jet. Talking supersonic deliveries. Well, we want to thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back here with more news and weather today at noon. Have a fantastic morning and an even better day.